The issue with existing batteries is that they're expensive, they're unreliable, they're sort of stinky, ugly, bad in every way. If you had told Henry Ford, or frankly even Steve Jobs, that one day the most powerful invention of the century would be forged from soda can metal in the Nevada desert, they would have laughed. But, they would be wrong. If we can get to the point where the battery isn't the limiting component of the vehicle, if it's the last thing to fail, we don't really know what else is going to fail first, right? I mean, we expect they have fewer moving parts than a conventional car. Right now, behind sealed doors in a Tesla facility so restricted it doesn't even appear on maps, something unnatural is happening. This isn't a prototype or a rumor, it's a working, stable, finished technology. It's not just any technology, it's one that ends lithium, rendering it as obsolete as VHS tapes, typewriters, or, payphones. This revolutionary technology is made from aluminum, the most boring, ordinary metal on Earth. That's the genius of it. For decades, lithium has been the golden boy of modern technology. It's quiet, efficient, and ubiquitous. It's in your phone, your car, and even your walls. It's the backbone of the so-called green revolution. But if you dig deeper, you'll find a story far less green and honestly, far more unstable. Lithium is volatile. It catches fire, it corrodes. It bleeds power over time like an old garden hose. It demands cobalt, which demands conflict. Moreover, it's only found in 6 countries, just 6. Imagine building the entire future of transportation, power grids, and AI on 6 geopolitical roulette wheels. Tesla has had enough of it. While the world was still applauding lithium's 250 watt-hours per kilogram, Tesla's lab quietly cracked 5,000. How long does it take to fully charge? Like half an hour. For a gasoline car, you'd want to fill it up. For an electric car, you'd want to actually go very close to zero. That's not double or triple. It's 20 times more energy achieved using aluminum ions. Here's what nobody told you. Aluminum ion batteries don't just store more power. They store it faster, cooler, and for 70 years. There's no fires, no leaks, and no cobalt. There's no dependence on unstable regimes, just raw, unbreakable chemical logic. Here's where it gets surgical. Lithium batteries degrade in storage. If you leave them unused, they wither. But aluminum ion batteries enter what Tesla calls crystalline stasis. Leave one alone for 10 years, come back, power it up, and it still performs like new. Imagine a battery that never ages. One that waits for you, not the other way around. This isn't just a battery, it's memory foam for electricity. Picture this. It's 2027 and a blackout hits your block. Everything goes dark except your house. Your Tesla car has silently taken over, rerouting power and stabilizing usage. It keeps your fridge, your heating, and your communications alive. Not for hours, but for days. While everyone else lines up for backup generators, you're making coffee, watching the game, and staying online. You didn't buy a car, you bought independence. Now just hold that image for a moment. Hold on to that feeling. Tesla doesn't really want to make better cars anymore. Instead, they want to build personal power grids, and well, aluminum ion is the brick. Think this is all just theory? You're wrong. Insiders actually confirmed that Tesla has already begun early production, not just lab tests or some renderings, but actual manufacturing. They're not announcing it yet because, honestly, they don't want to tip off the market. However, the clues are everywhere. Patents filed under shell corporations, unusual aluminum refinement contracts in Nevada, and Tesla's battery day in September, which was shrouded in blackout-level secrecy. You're not watching this video because you are early. You're watching this video because, well, the clock just started. All these years you've been told lithium was the future, that you had to wait for better tech, that charging speeds and fire risks were just part of the process, and that scarcity was the cost of progress. That was controlled scarcity, intentional friction, an industry built on making you tolerate limits because they had no way to break them. But Tesla found the crack, and instead of patching it, they pried the whole system open. This isn't the beginning of a new phase. It's the collapse of a dying empire. The lithium cartel didn't see it coming. When aluminum ion hits production scale, they won't have years to react. They'll have months, maybe weeks. No one wants a battery that costs more, burns hotter, and dies younger when this exists. You're witnessing a revolution. You just didn't realize it until now. Right now, as you're sitting there, 85% of all lithium production is controlled by 5 nations. Within those, a tiny handful of corporations act as gatekeepers, deciding who gets access, how much they pay, and whether your future stays on track. Sound familiar? It should. It's the oil game all over again. Only this time, it's even more delicate. Lithium isn't just for cars. It's for your phone, your pacemaker, your solar panels, your emergency grid, and your kid's future school bus. So, what happens when a single battery formula renders all of it obsolete overnight? Panic. Quiet, well-dressed panic. In the last 3 quarters alone, lithium mining stocks have shown abnormal insider sell-offs. Supply chain insiders have been shifting contracts toward aluminum refiners. Cobalt producers, long protected by the electric car boom, are now scrambling to diversify before demand collapses. This isn't just a technology shift, it's a class shift. The very idea that energy could become abundant, cheap, and fireproof threatens everything built on the myth of limitation. Tesla isn't trying to fix the system, they're trying to replace it. Now let's talk about psychology. Not ours, but theirs. For years, legacy automakers like Ford, GM, and Volkswagen have publicly smiled at Tesla's rise. While privately losing sleep while they were busy outsourcing battery tech and praying for subsidies, Tesla was building a war machine. They bought aluminum suppliers, filed over 17 patents under unrelated shell names, and rerouted research and development into what they called Project Ash, named after what remains when something burns completely. That's what this battery is for them, the ash of lithium's empire. For every skeptic asking, but when will it be ready? The answer is now. It's already on the road in test fleets, integrated into new prototypes in Shanghai, Austin, and Berlin. Insiders whisper that the Model 2 will be the first commercial Tesla to ship with it sometime between Q2 and Q3 of 2026. This isn't speculation, it's the real-time implosion of the old guard, and they're pretending it's not happening. Here's something that doesn't get talked about: the emotional cost of batteries. There's the frustration of replacing your EV battery every 5 years with a $9,000 invoice, the anxiety of range loss in winter, and the endless debates around mining ethics, child labor, and lithium brine contamination. It wears people down. Tesla's move isn't just technical, it's psychological liberation. You buy the car once and you never replace the battery. You never worry about a recall, a fire, a swelling pack, or a degrading range. You just drive for decades, no stress, no slow death, just clean, stable, powerful energy forever. This isn't just engineering, it's emotional engineering. People will run to it the second it's available. Now let's lift the curtain. Why the secrecy? Why the silence from Tesla? Because the moment they say it out loud, the market shifts. Lithium collapses, competitors freeze, investors abandon companies without aluminum pathways, and regulatory eyes turn toward a battery that changes every nation's energy strategy. That kind of shift has to be timed like a heist, and Tesla is planning it to the hour. September 2025, Tesla Battery Day, is the target. Here's the expected sequence. The reveal of a mass-market EV under $16,000. Confirmation of a 2,000-plus kilowatt-hour aluminum-ion battery inside. A live demo of a 10-minute full charge, a side-by-side range comparison, and a global roadmap for scaling to energy storage and off-grid housing. That's the moment the world shifts. The stock market won't be ready, the oil industry won't be ready, your neighbor won't be ready, but you will. There are moments in history that don't feel big when they happen, only when we look back. Think of the transistor, the internet, or the first iPhone. You don't notice the world changing in real time. It's quiet, precise, and measured. But make no mistake, this is one of those moments. Aluminum ion isn't about greener batteries. It's about taking energy out of scarcity and putting it into abundance. It's about homes that power themselves, cars that never die, and cities that store sunlight and survive grid failure. It's about owning your power. Literally, this isn't another step forward. It's the last step before the entire map gets redrawn. You're witnessing it right now. We're not going to ask you to subscribe, but just remember, when this battery becomes standard, when the news channels scramble to catch up, when your neighbor brags about his 10-minute charge and 70-year battery, you heard it here first. If you want to stay ahead of that curve, you know what to do. We're just scratching the surface. In our next deep dive, we're exposing the real stakes. Why aluminum ion threatens not just lithium, but the entire centralized energy system. Think it ends with EVs? Not even close.